Hi everyone, welcome back to Gracie's Garden. I'm in Florida Zone 9B, and I thought I'd give you a little bit of a garden tour today. So we're standing here on my front porch. I've got a mixture of Christmas and Halloween and fall going on. So just thought I would show you what's here on the porch. So it's a new leaf from the Florida Green. And these are flowers that somebody sent me for my 1-year anniversary, or my 6-year anniversary at my job. And my job sent these to me, and I can't have them in the house because I have cats and they will just chew on them. And so I put them on the front porch, and they have done fantastic. They've been out here for over a week, and I think they're doing better outside than they would ever do in my house. I mean, the rose is a little spent, but everything else is doing great. These have opened wider and some kind of baby's breath there. So I thought, isn't that funny? I've done nothing to them. I've not changed the water. I've not put any feed or fertilizer in the water. Nothing. They came as is, and like I said, over a week they've been out here and they're still looking fresh. Oh, so maybe that's a good hint there, or a helpful hint. So I think this is the Jopii. No, this is the Jopii. Is this it? I can't remember what this one is. Anyways, this one did put out a new leaf. Isn't that pretty? So mostly what I'm going to show you are plants that are in bloom in the garden. So let me just show you those. So the first thing is this. It is Cups of Gold, sometimes also known as the chalice plant. So this is the bloom. It hasn't opened yet, but this will open. Let me see if I can find one that's open. Here we go. So that is quite pretty. I have not ever seen a pollinator on this type of plant. The butterflies don't have any interest in it. Neither do the hummingbirds. So I'm not sure what pollinates it, but it has quite a few blooms, as you can see over here, getting ready to burst. The next one in bloom is this. I do not know the name of the shrub, but it is covered in these beautiful purple flowers. And these are some cosmos that I planted here in with this Florida Green. And this is a Florida Ghost, I think. But I just planted the cosmos in here. Oh yeah, it says Florida Ghost on the tag. So just try to liven this up a little bit. There was a lot of empty space there, so just planted those there. They should do fine. I know it's winter time, but in Florida it's still kind of hot. And here are the roses that I purchased at Lowe's on clearance. I haven't gotten them in the ground yet, but they are in bloom as well. Then here's the Mexican sunflower, and it is very much in bloom. It is very windy out, so I'm sorry about the noise there. We got a big old bumblebee on it there. And you can see up here in this section here, that is the flower for the Dutchman's pipe. And here's some more flower for the Dutchman's pipe. And we have some flowering. I'm not sure what this is. And then, whoops, the next surprise is this here. I'm not sure what this plant is either. We have a little bumblebee on that one. I want to say it's maybe a phlox or an aster, but I am not sure. This is what the leaf looks like. And this is about 5 foot tall. It's just slightly taller than I am, so I'm not sure what it is though. If you happen to know, please comment down below. Then here is the flower of the star fruit tree. So it looks like it's going to bloom fruit one more time this winter. This here is the donkey ear, and this is about 4 foot tall right now, and it is getting ready to bloom. It's got some nice coloration on it. And here's the bridal veil. It is full of blooms, but they have not quite bloomed yet. So here's the front yard. It's a little embarrassing, but I have not cut my grass in probably a month and a half. I've had some family stuff going on, I just haven't got to it. But these white flowers, I think they're called Bidens, have all popped up. They are kind of a nuisance flower, but they are filled with bumblebees, so I don't have the heart to cut them. And they kind of got this swoop going on in the front yard. So I've just left them, and I've decided to leave them until the city tells me otherwise. So that's where I'm going with that. As you can see, they're quite thick. I figure I've got probably another month before our neighbor complains, or the city's kind of overwhelmed with, we still have debris out from the hurricanes. So I figure I've got a good month or so before they get on my case. The bumblebees are happy, and that's all I could say. Here's a coleus in my little coleus garden. And here's the Mickey Mouse plant. And this is Coleus wasabi. And this here, can't remember the name of this. Just the pretty blue flowers. And then look at this. This is Black-Eyed Susan vine. This is the Black-Eyed Susan that vines. And then the name will come to me on this blue flower. This is the Moonlight Philodendron, I think. Anyways, it is, I finally planted it in the ground, and it is doing quite well, and I have a new leaf coming up. So this is my trash find of the week. It's a plastic pot, and it has drain holes already in it, but someone was throwing it away, so I brought it home, and I haven't decided what I'm going to plant in it yet. Aren't those pretty? It is kind of vining onto the other plants, so I'm going to work on detangling it and maybe figure out another arch going off the other side of it. But it's doing well. There's a scarecrow in the center it overtook. So this here is firecracker plant. It is just the white version of it, and I'll show you the red in a minute. So here's the red version of the firecracker plant. So the next thing I'll show you is the Joseph coat. It is in bloom. It just gets these little tiny little flowers. They almost look like pom-poms, but they're actually individual little leaves there. And then back there we have the pagoda plant. And right in front of it, if you can see the red there, the red leaves. Let me get a close-up for you. This here is Florida native poinsettia. That's all the red it will get on the leaf, but that is what the native version of poinsettia in Florida looks like. A little bit closer look of the pagoda plant. The next thing I'll show you is this tree here. I don't know if you can see it too well, but there's a lot of thorns on this tree. Here's a look at the thorns up close. They're 1 inch, 2 inches long, all different sizes. But for being a thorny little tree, it puts off these beautiful pink flowers really high up in the canopy. So I don't have a fresh one to show you until they fall off. But the hummingbirds love these flowers. There's the flowers real high up in the canopy. And I think this tree is about 12 years old or so. Yes, the tree is still down in the backyard. I just haven't had the motivation to cut it, but it is getting to a point where I'm going to have to. My brother is supposed to come over with his chainsaw and cut it, so he keeps getting called into work. So hopefully sometime this week we'll get at least this part of it done. So here's the pink princess. Look at that leaf. Isn't that pretty? Another one with some little pink on it. Almost a half moon there. It's just a little bleached out from the sun. And then you get a green with just little spots on it. So. And then this is the camellia tree. It is still has buds on it. It seems like it's had buds a really long time. Hopefully it'll bloom sometime soon. Okay everyone, that is what is in bloom in the garden. I hope you enjoy, and I'll see you next week. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe. Bye.